Tell me why we're still 2 weeks from Expo West, the client still won't commit, hours of booth renders are on the line, and someone smashed our company van windows. Happy Friday! Good morning, happy Thursday. We're almost there, y'all. We're almost there. Thank you, Jesus, because I'm exhausted. Okay, so yesterday I was on a call with 100 Coconuts. Thought the call was going to be 5-10 minutes max. It was almost an hour, if not an hour, because she was showing me pictures. She wants to change the direction again, and I'm like, honey, I need payment and approvals by Friday. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee that this booth will be executed, in the time frame that's allocated. And the girl I'm training, she was like, you were so good on that call. I wouldn't have known what to do. I was like, you're still learning. Like, I was over it because I'm over here. I feel like I'm wasting my time because you can't pick a design. This is the design they sent me. The changes they wanted on this was to move the fridge from one side to the other, opposite side, make sure there's a door, which was never part of the initial conversation. I initially asked her, I said, hey, do you have any elements that you need to have in this booth? She said, no, I'm really leaning on you all to provide the design and the layout of the space. And I did that, gave that to her multiple times. And now she's singing a different tune because the CEO, he was supposed to be on the call with us yesterday, but he wasn't because he had another meeting, whatever. I told her, I said, I need these approvals by Friday, or I can't do anything for you, and I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Expo West, everything has to be shipped out by February 20th, and it's now February 5th, honey. You snooze, you lose, you know? So that drained me. That's why I've been so tired dealing with her and her shenanigans. I've been so exhausted. Like, I sleep, but I feel like I haven't slept. But like I said, almost Friday. But yes, outside of that, I did we tag teamed the production sheet for AT&T. Let me show y'all AT&T production sheet because I had to break it up. There's so many elements and I want to make sure there's no confusion. So I also want to point that even though I try to minimize confusion, someone's always going to be confused when you're working at events. And it's not even that they're confused. Sometimes I think they're just doing it to see your reaction that will happen, which is unfortunate because people like to test you, you know? People like to push your buttons and see how are you going to take it, how are you going to receive it, and how are you going to dish it back. But my thing is, if you have questions, ask me. Don't sit there and just do it because you thought this. Triple check with me, quadruple check. I don't care if you keep asking me. I'm going to tell you the same thing. Unless you tell me there's a reason why we can't do it. So, yeah, there's that. And then I did not show y'all the updated. So, this is the updated Coconuts booth as it is now. I'm about to price that out so I can send it out. And then I think I'm all caught up, honestly. I have to respond to the PTC lady about her booth because she thought she could see it overhead and she wants activation, so I forgot to do that yesterday. I need to respond today because I don't like sitting on things, and that's one thing I'm not gonna sit on. So let me do that, and if you see me Good morning. It's Friday, y'all. Thank God. So, what I want to talk about is coherence another request for a mid-century modern theme. So at 10:30 I have a meeting with my colleagues to go over it, because lately it seems like these DMCs want all these renderings and then we don't get the business. Hi y'all, future Allie-Cee here. Today is Saturday, February 7th. I want to pop in here and insert some clips and actually talk to y'all about Friday. So Friday was very hectic. The last thing I think I talked to y'all was about me receiving a request for a mid-century modern theme. The owner had asked me what had happened to the what was it? The dark circus theme I did? The dark circus I did? I can't even talk, but I'll insert a rendering here so it will jog y'all's memory. And also I'll link it in the cards above here. So I did that, sent to the client. The client came back and said, oh, well, let me go back. So when I was working on the project, the client that I sent it to, the DMC I sent it to, was like, oh my gosh, we love these. The client is really wanting to, finalize the details, tie this up, and we'll get back to you. Then they came back and said they wanted a truss, a 12-foot truss, 12-foot wide circle truss. Not in the quote, the estimate, or whatever I priced out to them, how much we would charge. I said that to them. Then they came back and said the client decided to go in a different direction. So, in events, when you're doing all this work, somebody has to be paid. And the renderer did all these renderings. He spent, I believe, 15 hours on them, on about 8 renderings, and only for the client to say psych. And because of that, he has to be paid a certain amount. And this is hundreds of dollars. And it's time and effort that I myself put in that I'm not getting paid for, because we don't charge for that. And so the renderer needs to be paid, and the owner was like, yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on this, because this is not the first time this has happened. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I've told her multiple times when it has happened. And she said, keep an eye on what they've been sending us, and then that way she'll get on a call with the DMC specifically and tell them, like, hey, you can't keep doing this. This is, for example, the 5th or 6th time this has happened, and yeah, because she's eating that cost, if that makes sense. Because the DMC doesn't go through with the project due to the client changing their mind or whatever excuse they want to use, that amount that needs to be paid to the renderer is coming out of the owner's pocket. So that's what sucks. Like, there should be some verbiage that holds these DMCs accountable, in my opinion, because this is not the first time this has happened in my career where I've seen this happen, So I think personally that they need to be charged and they need to pay for these costs. Why not? You want all this stuff done. It's not for free. People's time is not for free, and it shouldn't be treated as such. And on top of that, if I'm providing a service, overall, it just needs to be paid overall. So I'm hoping, because what triggered this train of thought for me was the mid-century modern theme that Cohera wants us to do for a client called Pure Storage. So they want everything rendered out. And again, I already have Pega World with them, and I have some other project I can't think of. And so that was a lot of renderings. And those renderings, again, hundreds of dollars, if not thousands. So, the rendering requests that y'all have seen in the last clip from, I want to say, what day was that? Friday? Those are all the render requests. But it shouldn't be as expensive because we're just doing graphic switch outs, and placement of colors, so it shouldn't be too expensive, I believe, which will be nice. But at the end of the day, like I said, it has to be paid, things are moving, and what have you. So I just want to jump in and say that really quick here. Y'all know what's crazy? The homeless people smashed the van. Business property. Crazy work. Oh, also, yeah, so Friday at 5:30, a homeless person jumped on the company vehicle and was trying to open the doors, break the windows. He succeeded in smashing the back window of the van, which y'all saw in the clip before this one, and another company's car that works adjacent to us, his car was also jacked up. And we know it was a homeless person because it was caught on camera. So there's that. And it sucks because I think I told y'all this, that the truck was missing. It was MIA. They finally figured out where it was. I think it's in our possession now. So we love that, but it's one thing after another. This area that we work in is not the safest. So I just, my thing is always be vigilant, watch your surroundings, don't start nothing, won't be nothing, and that's it. But it's unfortunate because, it's like one thing after the other that's been occurring. So yeah, the van is, I believe they are going to pick it up and tow it to see if it's totaled. And then the owner will go from there to do what they have to do to figure that out. But yeah, I didn't want to alarm anybody, but it sucks. It does suck. So yeah, I'm gonna finish editing this vlog because I've been talking a lot. I'm trying to figure out what else I did Friday. I can't even remember, so it'll have to wait till Monday. So thanks for watching. Catch y'all later. If you work in events, production, or any creative industry, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more real behind the scenes, and drop a comment. I actually do read them all.